Hello, I'm Paul Peterson, and welcome to Aging Well in Los Angeles. Today we're at the beautiful gardens of Santa Monica, and we're going to bring you some really new information about a program that will give you not only security, but peace of mind. And it's all on these little cards. Please stay tuned. We have a special guest today, Leslie Rosenbaum. Leslie, welcome.
Thank you.
You have a new and innovative program that I know will be of interest to our seniors and, more important perhaps, their caregivers. Leslie, what is Code Amber Alertag?
Code Amber Alertag brings peace of mind, security, and safety to all our loved ones. I became passionate with Code Amber Alertag because, unfortunately, my mother took ill. And what it brought was I put all her medical information into the computer so the doctors would have her medications, her primary doctors, her specialists, and right at hand knew how to treat her.
And knew how to contact you and your sister, right?
Correct.
Right. And, you think about this for a second. Accidents can happen at any time. You don't know where you're going to fall ill. And just some of the questions of interest. Are you diabetic? Do you know your blood type? Are you allergic to medications? I mean, you have some wonderful questions on the website, and people can go right to the website and see if this might be useful.
Yeah, not only will they could go to the website, they can print it out. It's worldwide, and it crosses all boundaries. It's if you have a caregiver that doesn't speak English, she could take it to a doctor's office and just give the doctor the card, and they could pull it up, print out all her information, and put it in her chart.
Right. Well, in this world of HIPAA regulations,
It's HIPAA compliant.
It is HIPAA compliant. That's important.
It's HIPAA compliant because on the back of this is the
Here, I'll hold it up for people.
Okay. On the back of it, it has a code and
Yes.
it has a key code. And the key code makes it HIPAA compliant because you are allowing them your medical information.
Right, I understand. Now, I'm thinking this was born out of the terrible, crushing reality of caring for an elderly parent.
Correct.
And this is a good thing. This is making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
Because so many of us have had these issues. Whether maybe a parent wanders off too much,
Yes.
Or has taken ill in the supermarket. They've always been independent. You never thought about it. So how did you put this together? You must have sat down endless nights.
How did I put it together? I tried to protect my mother as best that I can. Could have. I come from a medical background. I saw MS patients being pulled over by the police and asked to walk a straight line, and they couldn't.
Of course not.
Or they would slur their words, and they were taken into jail. Had they had the Code Amber Alert tag, where it was either in their wallet or on their keychain, they could have said in their slurred speech, I have a medical issue going on here. It's not a drug issue.
Right,
I'm
it's
not
not
under the influence.
Right, it's like the appearances can be deceiving,
Yes.
especially in the elderly population. And I've shared this story many times on Aging Well in LA. It only has to happen to you one time. Like as the Life Alert bracelet.
Right.
You're not there, you're 30 minutes away. My God, what do you do?
The Life Alert bracelet I have found from speaking with patients and again going back to my mother, that almost announces that they have
Right.
a medical issue. A lot of people don't want to call it to their attention.
Of course, we were sharing earlier
Yes.
that
And
a
this
lot
is
of
discreet.
Yes, it is. But you carry it on your person. I want to make sure you understand. You have this credit card size thing here, and the two
The
key chains.
chains.
I love those. I never have to fumble for a card. It's like,
Right.
here are my keys. And this is how I
And
got here.
I myself go to the gym, so I put it when I'm at the gym on a necklace.
No, it's
Because if anything happens to me at the gym I don't want the paramedics called if they don't have to be.
Yeah, especially when you, as you
Right.
told me, you just need a glass of orange
Water,
juice.
exactly. And I'm an RH negative type, so I've always carried that. My parents lived in the Orient for 20 years, and I have found out that most Asian people, 97%, are positive blood. So I registered with the American Embassy there.
Oh, well, wow.
This gives the elderly the independence to travel if they want to go on the cruise with a caregiver. All they have to do is take their card.
Okay.
And-
We have to take a break right now, but when we
Okay.
come back, we're going to talk about the security features of this new and innovative program, Code Amber Alert Tag. So please stay tuned to Aging Well in LA. Welcome back to Aging Well in LA. And Leslie, we were going to talk a little bit about the security features of the Code Amber Alert Tag. Can you explain some of those security
Yes,
features?
I can.
Please.
It's 256 cryptid.
Encrypted information, right?
And as far as identity theft, if they find your card, there's nothing that they can do with it other than get your name.
Right, I
or your
understand.
personal, your medical information. The second tier, there's a two-tier to this, where when you go to the website, you could put in, you have your own password, like you would your email or a credit card.
Right.
And you could put in all your personal information. We live in a state that has fires and earthquakes.
Everything you can
You
imagine.
think of, right.
Right.
And you could scan in all your policies, policy numbers. Only you have access to it.
Okay, so there's not only the individual security code, you have an individual
Little
password.
passcode, right.
But I thought one of the most important features is a first responder, God forbid you're in an emergency
Right.
room, can, by scanning this or accessing the website, get the pertinent information to maybe save your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
That-
great comfort.
Yes, that's the information that will come up first and only.
Yeah, because so many people, actually it's hard for me to remember what I'm allergic to,
Right.
for example. And I love the idea. Well, here we're gonna show people now the information that is contained, but not limited to just these things,
Right.
with your Code Amber Alert Tag. This is new, but it's such a good idea. It should have been around for ages.
Right.
How did you move this from the concept and the worries of caring for your mother into a reality? This had to be like a family undertaking or engaged a lot of people.
Well, because there is so much on for children. This is a division of the Code Amber Abduction of Children.
Right, of course.
And caring and being passionate about my mother and seeing what goes on in the hospitals and with the elderly, they need a voice.
Boy, do they ever. Now, while we're on the subject, the website, can you give us the website address? Because I really would like our viewers to check this out. And the website is?
www.codeamberalerttag.com/LDR.
Code Amber Alert Tag. Okay, great. Now, we're going to have that up on the screen, so we don't
Okay.
have to repeat it endlessly. And when a person goes to the website, even a casual, even if driven by casual interest, they're going to get some questions that frankly, may be the first time they've addressed them. Do you know who to call in case of an emergency? Do you have your insurance policy number? Who's your medical provider? That stuff is not always at the tip of our tongues.
Right, and you would put that in so that when it's not at the tip of your tongue, no matter who finds it, the first responses have that information because they will ask you, do you have insurance?
Well, of course, yes, they will. Yeah, for those $1,200 ambulance rides.
And I try to encourage the elderly on patient information, which they're now implicating. Put your pharmacist.
Yes.
Because their medications change all the time.
Yes, and they may be taking several medications.
They usually
yes.
are taking several
Yes.
and you want to make sure they interact with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And who better knows this than your pharmacist?
Exactly. Now you can print this information out once you've put it into the forms, correct?
Absolutely. You could print it out, you could hand it out. I think it will one day replace the patient information form that
Mm-hmm.
we all have to fill out at doctors' offices.
Wouldn't that be a wonder? You know,
Yes.
it's funny, having twice now in the last few months visited emergency rooms, it would be a boon not to have to keep filling these
All
things
you
out.
have to do is show them this card.
Yeah.
They pull it up, boom, they have all your information.
And code Amber Alert Tag. It's important that you get that down because you can access the website. And is this a day-to-day thing with you now, Leslie?
This is a
Is
day-to-day.
it taken over your life?
It's taken over my life, and it's cost-effective.
Oh, yes, the cost.
Yes,
I was astonished when you told me the number. Listen to this number.
It's $19.95 plus tax for a year.
A year. A year.
A year.
Not per month, a year.
And it makes a great present. I had my insurance agent buy them as thank you presents. He sent me a Visa card and said, have lunch on me, and I had so much problem with it that he has since found out this makes a great present and it lasts for a year. The renewal lasts for a year. If they mention that they saw the show, Aging in Los Angeles,
Right.
their reward will be, we will give them an extra month to
well,
that $19.95.
See, there are rewards to being a viewer of Aging Well in L.A. Leslie, thank you so much. Well,
You're very welcome.
I know it's still painful, the loss
Yes.
of Mom. There's nothing worse. But you've done something positive in her memory.
Yes.
I wish you great luck with this.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to sign up today.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leslie.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for being with us here on Aging Well in Los Angeles. We'll see you next time.